Hey folks, welcome back to Outlook training videos. This is the advanced video. Now there was a couple things in the basic video that I didn't have time to show you, so let's get started. Move your mouse up to File up here and go down to Options and to the Advanced tab. Now there's a couple things I'm going to cover. First one here is a little important, is the Outlook Start and Exit deleting items folders when exiting Outlook. That was a feature in 2003, 7, and 10 that you actually had to go turn it off so it didn't delete your items. But in this version, 2013 and 16, by default, it's not checked. So if you are seeing your deleted items going away, you have to come here and uncheck it. It might be there because of an upgrade you had, and it just kept all those same settings. Okay, and next one here is Auto Archive. You can scroll over here and click on the settings. Now, in older versions of Outlook, you had to auto archive because your server had restrictions, or the Outlook PST file was what Outlook allowed was too small. So you had to archive to another PST file. Well, in 2013 and 16, you don't need to archive anymore because it literally can hold a lot of mail. And I don't know what the limits are, but I'll just say it can hold a lot. And servers these days can hold a lot of mail too. So auto archive can really get confusing because it opens another folder in your Outlook on the left and people don't know where their stuff is. And I just tell people don't use it unless you need it. And if you already use it, you know how, but I'm just showing you where it is in this version. Okay. Now let's hit cancel, and we're going to cancel over here. Next thing I'm going to show you is take your mouse and right click on your mailbox right here and go to data file properties. And then click right here on folder size. Now if you're, when you click on that and you see a box pop up and it says calculating, that means that you have a lot of folders and a lot of mail. And if it's calculating a long time, you have a lot of mail because it has to go through every single folder. So what I tell folks, and you can scroll right here, is to go see what folders you have, how much mail is in each one, and maybe that's time to consider moving some mail out or doing something with it, because the more you have, even though Outlook can hold it, it can still be destructive and harder to repair if you have a crash later. So less is more in terms of that, even though Outlook can hold it. All right, we're going to hit close there and then hit cancel here. Now the next trick I want to show you is I want you to pick any mail in your inbox and right click and go to find related. Now this is a neat little option when you right click on an email. Here you can find the messages in this conversation, which means it picks the subject line and goes through everybody that's ever emailed with that subject, and it'll go find it. And this one's from the sender. So if you happen to be a person that doesn't have a lot of folders on the left-hand side of Outlook, but you keep everything in your inbox, this is kind of nifty to know because you can click on it here and it finds the one email or however many emails. A lot of people don't know about that, and it's very helpful. Also, up here is the word all, and over here is unread. A lot of people don't know about this unread because this is a new feature of 2013 and 16, which I really like, because if you happen to have a lot of email in your inbox and you see this right here, this 29, well, that's actually how many unread items you have. If you watch the mouse and go down to the bottom, you're going to see the total items is 45. A lot of people don't know that. So this 29 is actually unread. And if you've got this and it has thousands, that means you have thousands of unread mail, which you could go clean up by clicking on this unread button and just pretty much, moving them to another folder, mass deleting them, whatever you need to do. But this is a neat feature, and the all button is pretty much the default there. Now another feature that a lot of people use, but I don't, is the follow-up feature right here with the little flags. I tend to find that if I use a flag for something, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to pay attention to it. So if you see here, you can click on that and make that little flag happen. A lot of people use flags and they can view it in their tasks, which we will cover in another video. But to me, it's just, it's a personal preference, but it is an option if you need to use it. Okay, now the next thing is I want you to take your mouse and put it right here, right click, and I'm going to show you the arrange by option. By default, it should be date. You might also have it by groups. That tends to happen with Outlook as it sorts by groups. A lot of people don't like the groups. So all you have to do is uncheck it. And if you have a lot of email in your inbox, that really can mess up your view because it sorts it by weeks, months, and days, or weeks, months, whatever. And a lot of people don't like that. So right here is where you can shut that off. You can also sort by from, date, but date is common. Okay, now take your mouse and go down to Field Chooser. And this one right here, this little box pops up. This little thing is kind of neat to know because a lot of people don't know that you can add on features to your toolbar view right here. And I'll tell you that if you got a small monitor, less is more. But if you got a big monitor, you can add on a lot of features and really get a good view of more things. And I'll show you. All you have to do is take what you want and drag it up here. And you can see now that this was to this person. Now, it's generally you, so you don't really need to see that. But a lot of times in the sent items, that might be important, and it doesn't always end up being there by default. So you just want to take this and drag it back, and it removes it. This is also kind of nice when you're working with contacts, which we'll cover this in the super advanced video, is you can add a lot more things to contacts to view, and that's really cool. And it's a nice feature. Let's see, let's close that. And go back up here. Now we're going to view the settings, okay? A lot of this stuff is very advanced, okay? I'll be honest, I don't even use a lot of it myself. But the few things I do use is the other settings. And I happen to show clients this often because, I mean, we're all getting to the point where we can't see the monitor very well because we're looking at our small phones so much, or we have big, huge monitors and our Outlook fonts are small. So what you want to do is if you want your Outlook to view larger, click column font right there and just go pick 12 just for starters. Pick 12 here, and while you're in there, you might as well change the preview font size too to 12. Hit OK, hit OK, hit OK, and now look. Whoa, everything just got way bigger. And this is really nice on the eyes. And remember, if you're viewing it this way, that doesn't mean that's going to go out to, you know, your emails aren't going to be that big for other people. This is just for your wonderful experience with Outlook. Makes it a lot nicer to see this. I have not found a way to make this bigger yet, but honestly, a lot of people don't even care about this over here. This is what they're really worried about right there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you if you take the mouse and go up to File up here and go back down to Options and over to Mail. Over here, you can go to Stationery and Fonts. Now this over here in the new mail messages, this does go out to people at this size, new mail messages. So if you are really having a hard time seeing and you are like, oh, I'm going to make this like 18 font, well, those people get that at 18 font and it's going to be very big for them. Standard usually is 10, 11, or 12 font. That's kind of acceptable. If you start making it bigger, then it's not a good experience for them when they get it on their email side. But over here is the new email. This is replying or forwarding, and this one's for composing. And a lot of people that need these already know about this, but I just thought I'd show you anyway. Now another thing I'm going to show you folks is searching. So when you go up here to your search bar, and let's say you type in the word test, and you put in the search word, everything should come up that has the word test. Well, what a lot of people don't know is after you've upgraded Outlook, your searching might be broke, and just due to all the overwhelming emails we have in our day-to-day now, searching can break really quick. So I'm just going to show you a couple tricks over here. So let's say you're in your test here and nothing is showing up or you're not seeing everything. What you can do is go to your search tools and click on indexing status. Now you can see right here, I have 0 items remaining. That means my indexing is working when it has 0. If you click on that and you see anything higher than 0, that means Outlook is still indexing and the search is not 100% working as it should be. So what I tell people is leave your Outlook open as long as you can until this says 0, okay? If it never turns to 0, then you might have another computer indexing problem deeper within Outlook. And that I would want you to talk to your computer tech about because that's not a quick fix. Okay, so go ahead and hit OK. Another thing I'm going to show you is click on Search Tools and go to Search Options. Now right here, you can actually change your default for the search. A lot of people with a lot of email, and I'm talking like, thousands of emails and they've got multiple mailboxes, they want things to search all mailboxes all the time. So you can by default select that. Then search will always do a full search across all the email mailboxes and the PST files. And you can also change the color. You can change it to red or whatever you like, whatever's going to stand out for you in your searches. All right, and then just hit OK there, and there we go.